People often mask their true intentions. Sometimes, what you can't see is the real truth.
Welcome in ZZ Proxy, this is your boy Josh. And as you guys can see, I'm a little bit worse for wear for my last two videos. You guys might have noticed that I've had a few mistakes from the videos. My voice has been losing itself ever so slowly because I've been Twitch live streaming. So I've taken the last 24, 30-ish hours to completely just shut up and rest. However, I can't shut up about this. Vivian is coming to the front stage finally, and as one of the genuinely more anticipated characters from a theory crafting standpoint. Now, I do want to quickly address really quick, I understand this video is about Vivian, but why do I say she comes as one of the more sought after characters? Now, of course, a lot of people, you know, can lean on that she is one of our very first Ether Anomaly units, and as you guys can see down the bottom here, it is confirmed that she is Ether Anomaly. In the trailer, people were suggesting that, we're not too sure which is which, or, you know, maybe Hugo Vlad could be an Ether unit as well. I think from the trailer, and there was like a few frames of it, Hugo Vlad seems to be an ice Scythe character, so he's either like an ice attacker character, or I assume Scythe would be an attacker character, but I can't speak to Hugo Vlad just yet. But as for Vivian, Ether Anomaly comes in as one of the more sought after rare archetype of characters, and as we know, majoritively, there are two camps when it comes to anomaly units. There are the crit anomalies and there are the dot anomalies. Ether falls in the dot anomaly category, and you'll need to only take a look at some of the better characters in the game, like your Bernices, your Yanagis of the world, and they prove time and time again to be quite timeless in terms of their effectiveness on the battlefield, just because of how strong anomalies and disorders, kind of subsequently, how strong they are. And because these units are able to quickly build up to that, Vivian, I'm sure, no doubt, will be one of our strongest anomalies to date. Now, how am I so sure of that? Let's take a look at an information, or a piece of information that we already know about Vivian, and doesn't have to do with her directly, it has to do with her drive discs. So really quickly, if you guys saw my latest video, this was my video, by the way, I made this video with Elfie on the front, and honestly the thumbnail's pretty sick, but I did make a huge mistake in classifying that the drive disc was an anomaly proficiency percentage in the 2 set when it's anomaly mastery. Why is that such a big deal? Well, you know, obviously the numbers when it comes to anomaly proficiency are one thing, but anomaly mastery is another thing almost entirely, and it is a stat that's very, very hard to grasp, just because it is not a direct attack number. It is not a metric that you just plug in and see the effects outright. So let's quickly go and review, for those of you who are a little bit behind in this information. The Phaethon's Melody is going to be our newer 1.6 drive disc set alongside the Shadow Harmony. The Shadow Harmony, I'm going to talk in great lengths when we get to the Sambi video, or the Soldier Zero Ambi video, in the next like either day or two. But the Phaethon's Melody gives you anomaly mastery plus 8%. That is amazing. I'm going to get back to that because I think that's the more intriguing stat. And then the 4-piece set gives you 45 anomaly proficiency for 8 seconds when any squad member uses EX. When it's another squad member who uses an EX, the equitter gains 25% ether damage bonus. Now, why is this substantial? To be fair, Phaethon's Melody as a set in itself, and as a 4-piece set in itself, isn't really the strongest. Even though, yes, for characters like Bernice, like Yanagi, they could technically make use of the anomaly mastery in the 2, and then you get 45 AP points, which is still really, really solid. But now we're seeing with Vivian, she gains an additional ether damage bonus of 25%. And this is big because when you consider not only just the upfront damage, but you also consider the anomaly dot damage, the ether damage bonus actually is a lot more impactful than more people think. So when it comes to the calculations of anomalies, this is why a lot of other more attack-based characters, say Ellen Jo, Juyen, Silver Soldier Ambi, Evelyn, they can use pen percentage, attack percentage very, very interchangeably from the fire or the corresponding elemental damage bonuses. Whereas when it comes to anomaly units, you see that the ether damage bonus goes miles much farther, because the damage bonus is just so much more integrated into attribute anomaly. So when it comes to Phaethon's Melody, you're getting an extra 25% ether damage bonus for 8 seconds, which, when it comes to EX usages, it should be pretty plentiful. And you're still able to buff the anomaly proficiency when you're on field. When you're off field, you gain the ether damage bonus, which is really solid, assuming that Vivian might be an off-field anomaly unit, very much to the likes of a Bernice. For many of folk, why is Bernice so strong and so sought after as a character? Well, when it comes to the off-field application, the off-field elemental application, this allows you to add on damage when they're not on field, which not many characters in this game can say that they can do, which means that their contributions are always felt to some degree. Then, when you consider the fact that they can actually proc attribute anomalies, and they can also proc disorder damage. Disorder damage is very strong in this game, and when it came to the quote-unquote anomaly meta, which technically, I'll be honest, like, we can still use anomaly and disorder, so I'm very, sometimes optics change things very weirdly, but disorder is still incredibly relevant in this day and age of Zenless Zone Zero, and this only shifts back the conversation specifically back to the disorder meta. Where does the anomaly mastery come in? So I mentioned, earlier in this video, or just a minute or two ago, that the anomaly mastery was a little bit more intriguing to me. Now, anomaly mastery, for those of you unaware, anomaly mastery, instead of elemental mastery like Genshin, anomaly mastery is the actual build-up rate, the build-up rate of your attribute anomaly. Now, 8% is quite substantial. And really quickly, I just found this page randomly on the ZZ Reddit, but I did want to show you guys the base stat of anomaly mastery, and that is 30% for the 6th slot. This is quite substantial. Again, 30% means that you're building up your attribute anomalies 30% faster. Now, with an extra 38% now, if you consider the 2-piece set here, and then we are getting 38%, let's round it up to 40% faster attribute anomaly applications. If we do the math, you'd actually be proccing 7 attribute anomalies instead, which not only adds, of course, to the extra damage, but allows you for more consistent disorder procs as well. And what makes this the icing on the cake with the 2-piece and 4-piece set, suggesting that there's going to be some off-field play, because anomaly mastery actually benefits off-field characters like Bernice more. And if your character's using EX special is not the equipter, when they're off-field, the equipter gains ether damage bonus, means that you're going to be proccing the set quite often when you're off field. This suggests that Vivian is going to be our second premier off-field attribute anomaly / disorder unit. Now, to come full circle, why is Vivian so good, and why is she going to be so sought after as a unit? Now, of course, a lot of people can just go for their favorite characters. They can go for, the stronger characters and whatnot, the Miyabis of the world, the Evelyns of the world. But when it comes to true value, the Bernices and the Vivians of the world are some of my favorite characters of all time, just because of their flexibility and the ability for them to almost fit into any niche without fail. Yes, Bernice fits into any niche without fail, because even if you're resistant to fire, she can still deal disorder damage, big disorder damage. And so too can Vivian do essentially the same thing. Now, to the effect of how she's going to be applying her skills and her ultimate, how she's going to be proccing these attribute anomalies, we don't know technically for sure right yet, because we don't have the kit, or we don't have any of the tease information about her attacks or animations, yada. But what I can say right now for 100% certain. Vivian is going to be one of our faster characters when it comes to applying her attribute anomaly, that being corruption, and then subsequently going to be one of our best disorder units as well, just for how high supposedly she can take her attribute proficiency. Also, if you guys pay attention to any bit of the lore, Vivian is actually a simp for Phaethon. I think apparently, what is it? She runs a Phaethon fan account, I believe, is what people are saying here, or that's what I'm led to believe, that Vivian is kind of a fangirl of the proxies, which, I mean, you know, hey, more fans of Wise / Bell, you know, hey, we'll take it. The harem grows. But in summation, Vivian is disgustingly good. This was a little video to kind of go over the Phaethon's melody again as well, just because I did flub on my YouTube video. I do apologize, everybody. I've gotten very little sleep, very little rest, but I'm still excited to make a bunch more coverage in terms of Zenless Zone Zero news and updates for you guys. So make sure you guys stick around by subscribing, and if you guys really like Vivian, like the video right now and let me know down in the comments if you guys are going to be pulling for her. And I'll be honest, I don't even know what her mindscapes are. I'm probably pulling M1, because looking at how strong M1s and M2s are going across the game, I think Vivian M1 is just gonna be enough. So I'm really thinking, I'm like, oh, Vivian M1 is probably the way to go. I don't even know what it is. Pay attention to Vivian. She's gonna be amazing. And with that, thank you so much for watching this video. We'll see you guys in 1.6. Check out our Twitch streams when I'm streaming. I'll probably get back to it. And check out more of our YouTube coverage on the 1.6 Creative Access servers. We'll see you guys in the next one. Look at the next one. Yeah, go to the next video right here, because YouTube thinks you'll like it. Thank you so much for joining us today. Josh out.